Today we will be playing Ogun Musu Kyoku Cross, or aka Yumeneko Golden Fantasia. I hope you weren't fooled into thinking it was actually Guilty Gear Strive. And I'm joined here today with the lovely AIM VTuber. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, this is AIM, former Demon Duke. I now work a 9-to-5 job, and when that gets too frustrating, I take the edge off by VTubing.
So relatable. Even for a demon, you understand that truly the most sinful and evil thing on this earth is, well, the need to work a 9-to-5 job.
Absolutely.
Well,
yes, I do quite a lot in service of escaping that, and one of my favorite things to do is fighting games, which we now find ourselves here with.
Indeed, I've put on some good fighting music for this because, of course, the in-game music is too loud, so I had to turn that all the way down. But thankfully, it's just Yumeneko's music, and that's awesome.
Thank you very, very much for subscribing.
Oh, bonjour, Kamini-sama! Thank you so much! I really appreciate it. So...
Yeah, this is just nothing else but a very noisy game, between the music and then also the voice lines.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of nuts. I wonder how much talk we'll actually be able to get in during the matches. I currently have a demo playing on my stream. That's incredibly loud.
Go ahead and give my game a quick restart. It doesn't take but a second. I think it's frozen on the menu, but it won't take but a second.
So why don't we talk about what Yumeneko is, because this is a derivative kind of doujin fighter based on that. So how I always summarize Yumeneko is it tricks you into thinking it's a mystery when it's actually a romance. Mystery disguised, horror disguised as mystery disguised as, romance disguised as horror disguised as mystery. Pretty accurate.
Yeah. Throughout the novel, they make a big deal of is it a mystery or is it a fantasy? Which do you want to accept? And I guess the answer is kind of like you're saying, is a romance might be a more accurate way to put it. But it's
a synthesis of the two.
Heavily veiled. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
But
go ahead and make the lobby.
But if I had to summarize it without too many spoilers of what happens, the overarching plot of Yumeneko is that the Golden Witch Beatrice repeatedly murders Urashimiya Battler, the detective of the story's family, over and over again in gruesome ways. And, but it's all for love. It's all for love.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
It's one of those stories that's hard to penetrate for some people because, again, without spoiling too much, you read the first chapter and you're like, this is so unfair. Like, how is anyone supposed to accomplish anything when, everyone's dying just like that? Really, there's a point behind all of that. As you keep reading, you kind of understand why it had to be that way. And it's definitely my favorite visual novel by a wide margin.
Mine too, though I haven't played too many visual novels. And welcome, Ninja God Lee J. Thank you for coming by. And thank you, 4 Gatherers, for following. My game is going through various different loading screens.
I got you. As far as the fighter goes, I was really excited when I first found out about it. That was back when it only had, I think 8 characters. And since then, they've added quite a lot to it. And done a lot of, balancing changes and stuff. So now it's a very full roster with some characters you wouldn't expect to see on there.
Yeah, I was surprised by the number of characters. They really pretty much got everybody in a story with multiple versions of characters in the multiple different versions and recolors. Well, yeah, even built-in recolors, for God's sakes. It actually lends itself pretty well to a fighting roster cast. But
Yep. And then a lot of characters will like call in other characters who aren't on the roster for like their attacks and things. So it helps represent everybody pretty well.
I think my game has hit a snag because it keeps looping between different loading screen images. So I'm gonna reboot it.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, they originally they didn't even have online in this game, and then they implemented servers. And from what I read, they were trying to get the famous rollback going on this, kind of like you would see in Guilty Gear, which again we're not playing today, despite the advertisements. And the rollback turned out to be too much of a problem, so they instead just went with a more conventional online, and they also implemented a Steam share system as well. So, so fun fact, if you're ever playing this with somebody who doesn't have a copy, you can actually play together using Steam share. I don't know how the
remote play. Be, but... You do need to have a controller for that, because you both can't play on the keyboard, but...
Good point.
Yeah, I've played a few Steam remote play games. There's actually some games that are built for it, party games, and they're pretty fun. Though, you mentioned Rollpack. Could you explain that to me? Because I'm not familiar with netcode too much.
For sure, yeah. So, Guilty Gear has a famous rollback online. What that does is, when you're playing, it eliminates a whole lot of the ability to, like, drop, or things that would desynchronize the two players. Like, for instance, random elements might occur differently on two players' screens in conventional online. So the rollback gets rid of a whole lot of that by instead just, like, if it detects something that doesn't make sense, it's like, I'm going to go back to a frame previously when it did make sense and redo that. And so it's famous as probably the best, like, system for online now. But strangely, they said it didn't work with Umineko because of all the 3D graphics. They say they create a whole lot of problems.
I could understand that because there's a lot of particle, like there's a lot of effects in this, and so if you had to unwind that, especially the lights, like a lot of these, because a lot of games do effects is just we start an effect and then it travels to where it's supposed to be, you know, like that's automatic. So rollback, if you tried to go back to a previous frame, it'd get in the way of that, or it would mean you'd have to do a lot more calculations. Yeah. Well, anyways.
That's pretty much the long and short.
Oh, could you re-invite me?
Yeah, I'll invite you. 1 second. Invite. Okay, I've resent the invite.
さあ、戦いの旅に出発だ。ワクワクするね。
I'm just gonna hide the game for a second so I can deal with whoever just made my Steam messages pop up. There we go. Alright, there. Always.
I just realized our category is set to Guilty Gear Strive.
Yes, it is. I wasn't joking about that.
Welcome, our guest of honor.
I know that Guilty Gear. Checking my Twitch analytics, I learned that Guilty Gear is the game that most of my crossover viewers like to watch. So this is a special treat for them, just for you.
Oh yes. It's a pretty popular streaming category, so it'll be funny if somebody pops in looking for a Guilty Gear stream right now.
Hey, are you playing with viewers? Yes. Download Ogenmuku Kyoku Cross now. Anyways, let's look at this roster. We got Battler, Anje, Rosa, Willard H. Wright, Cannon, Shannon, Black Battler, Eva Beatrice, Lucifer, Virgilia, Runaway. I'm tempted to just say Renove. Cheister 410. Erica Ferrito. Delanner A. Knox. Bern Castell. George Urashimiya. Jessica. And Lambda Delta. And all these characters have very strange and out there movesets. But let's... I'll try to play ones I know have very, very funny movesets for this.
Oh, right. Yeah, Delano has a command grab moveset.
Yeah, let's see if I can get the seagull to come out.
I enjoy the seagull myself.
My god, you're brutal!
As you may know from reading the novel, Ranave doesn't play punches.
This is abuse, man! But I did hit you with the seagull.
Seagull is mighty.
I'm starting to get... I don't know what I was doing there, but it worked.
You need a command grab every time. I'll use my barrier of not getting grabbed.
I respond to your barrier with my barrier.
The double barrier. I should probably use some, fancy special attacks or something. I'll try to break some out.
Come on.
We're trying to use a special command grab.
Goodbye. I got seagull tech. Oh my god. Get you. Rocket! I won't let you lay down a carpet on me. Nice. Lightning. My favorite maid moveset.
Every good mage should be able to call down a storm of lightning.
Holy shit, that rug hits many, many times.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, and I just realized that there's a down button in this.
Oh yes, that's right. There are, separate crouching moves and things of that nature.
Oh, I need to test that then. Alright.
Yeah, so, crouching is of course good to avoid a mid or a high attack, but it's also got a lot of unique moves associated with it.
I think that explains why I was overshooting with Rosa before.
Yeah, it could be. With Rosa, it's weird because her gun will fire in different directions depending on what button you press. I'm gonna play the memeiest character.
Ah, yes, George.
Power of Egan.
Fuck, man. Stop infiniting me. I don't fucking know how to do this. So this is what it was like in the novel.
I'm just gonna shoot you like that for a while. Have you noticed the part in the novel with William?
No, that's episode 7, so I haven't gotten to it yet.
I see.
ルーズ
Just curious.
少しは手
イ
加減
セカンド
しやがる。
ムーブメント
Something to look
ブリ
for.
ッツ
変わるぜ。
やれ
譲ってやらん。
おら食らいなさい受けなさいよ蒼天食らわせてやれ蒼天受けなさ
I
い
knew
よ
Rosa
蒼
was a
天
murderer all
当てる
along.
まだまだ
Because he was
蒼
shooting
天
other
当て
humans.
る蒼天まだまだ行くぜ当てる行くぜ
I shall discipline you.
当てる蒼天当てるまだまだ
Come on.
行くぜ
Try it.
蒼天当てる
God damn it.
蒼天おらまだまだ受けおら蒼天当てるおらまだまだ当たれ蒼天シュート私の本気見せてやる
Oh shit.
What is my
当て
sense?
る蒼天
Don't get close to me.
当てるチャンス当て
It
る
turns out it fires into the air.
Also, yes, that was a master spar.
蒼天受けなさい蒼天当てる
Oh no, I think I'm gonna lose.
チャンス
これはどうだい僕の覚悟をぶつけよう
まだいけるわ
これはどうだい
Fuck, I can't jump, I can't crouch, I just died.
王者の覚悟
まだいけるわ
これはどうだい
計測だ
話をさせてもらう。
これはどうだい
なめるな。
チェックメイト
Oh my, I actually lowered you pretty far down with that shooting.
Right, I thought I was gonna lose. That was close. Alright. Yeah, George is my favorite meme from the movie. Look at
Oh, George.
poor George. Did you happen to look over at the trading cards you can unlock for Uminico Golden Fantasia?
I saw them briefly in Steam, but I didn't look closely at them.
There's one that shows George dressed as Tomitake from Higurashi.
Ah. Yeah, that I could see that. Also, I love how the probably like the least important character from Higurashi, Okanoki, has just become like the face of. He's now in every RO7 game.
Yes, he's the force that binds all Ryukishi titles together.
And in all of them, he's like some kind of sleazy asshole.
Yes. Although it's funny because I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how far it is into the novels. I'll keep quiet.
I listened to a read of
接続は成功
I listened to a read of
楽しんでね
Sakonia, at least part of the first few up until the embargo, and I just remember Okinoki and it being like part of the New World Order conspiracy.
Yeah. Okinogi has a very interesting role in that game. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I do kind of want to pick that up because I was begging at a Terry the streamer who streamed it. Hey, is there any more? And it's like, no, I contacted RO7 and I got told I cannot read beyond this point. And I was like,
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there is a heavy embargo on it, so that sucks.
Yeah. I read the first chapter that's out, and it is very good. There's probably a few things that you'll get more out of if you're like a experienced with all the other stories. So it may be worth finishing Uminiko first, but I won't say they're like completely tied together. But there's some little winks and nods, like in all Ryukishi's works. So.
Yeah, similar themes throughout all of them, and in some ways, but the funny thing from the first episode of Sequoia was the digital bathhouse scene where all the competitors of this basically Gundam sports competition from various nations come together. And it's like, yes, the Vatican City team is a bunch of Fujos. There's this line. So this person hasn't set their digital model. Should I give them a short stack lolly or a short stack lolly model?
Yeah, it's a very amusing game.
Yeah.
There's some characters who really kind of boy, even with how Ryukishi's works normally are, I think that one has more characters than any of the others. It's nuts.
Oh yeah, they just really went all in with like the international extravaganza. Funny how. Stop blocking.
I'll use my finger. What is that little jelly behind? What's going on?
Did I just make that jelly over there?
For anyone who doesn't know about the story of Umineko, Ava Beta just has a very interesting scene involving a giant gelatin.
Oh yeah, it's more like a sea of gelatin. But
Net attack is pretty interesting. You drag some explosives to her, and it also hits low, so it's a bit of a surprise.
did you just throw a bit of popcorn at me?
I am the theater going with that.
Yeah.
I'll declare it now as the witch of certainty. You will be defeated by my popcorn. Oh gosh. No,
God, I love Cheister already.
I'll hit you with the blue truth. Oh, I didn't realize we'd already done two.
やった接続は成功だ
Who should I play? Yeah, to unlock Black Battler, you have to complete the story mode. And gosh, the later parts of the AI are just ridiculously strong.
Isn't the Black Battler fight like he regenerates if he hits you?
I don't know, but he's something like Akuma from Street Fighter.
I see.
It's not easy. Yeah. But it's really fun to play the story mode. There's a lot of fan service there in terms of like, you get to see characters meeting that don't normally, and it's there's quite a lot of writing there and dialogue and stuff. So I wish I could finish it all, but it's worth experiencing.
Yeah, I know there's one I watched on YouTube, which is what the fuck? I'm not cheesing you. How is this happening?
I'll use some cheese on you. It works. You probably already know about this, but in this game, as with a lot of other fighters, you can block by going backwards. And,
oh, I see.
Stop the opponent's attack. Yeah, as long as it's the right direction.
いい攻撃だった。
Ouch.
ルーズ
Yes.
王者は最後に
ザ・
は
セカンド
勝つものさ。
ムーブメントブリッツいってらっしゃい
Jesus.
Andrew's going ahead.
Fuck. Is this some kind of infinite?
That was brutal. Sorry.
That was just styling on me.
Yeah. Angie's strong. I mean, the fact that she can summon Sakutaro like that, he can kind of do an attack in between her moves.
Oh.
Makes it really easy to.
ゆっくり楽しんでね
I see how that is.
プリンセス
Yeah, she's what you would call a puppet character in terms of fighting game lingo.
Ah.
Basically, a puppet character, is someone who controls other minor characters to attack while they attack.
後ろ宮ローズ
Kind of a staple amongst fighting games at this point, especially
この
anime.
島の進捗が進んだということでしょうか。
The first
Okay.
movement
Ranave used to be one of the highest tier characters I heard, and they nerfed him pretty hard. So I still like to play him. But
So if I go, oh, I see. When I back up.
yeah, you'll use it. You're right.
受けましょう。
No, you want it.
攻撃反応
Oh my. hold on for 1 second.
Okay, sure. Take your time.
Alright.
Yeah, the jesters have probably the strongest long-range attack of anybody in the game, and that's pretty.
I will break your guard eventually.
Yeah, we were getting close to that one. That was a clap.
逃がしません。
Oh, that's weird. Crossed each other up.
見事な一手です。とても楽しかったです。
警察だブルーチェックメイ
Oh my.
トルーズ
I'll sweep the floor with you.
冗談じゃない
Literally.
こんなところで終われないのよ
With my
ブ
broom.
リッツ受けなさいチャージ必勝の真相よ必勝の真相よ
This attack.
必勝
I see how this is.
必勝の真相よ
Fear of gunman.
Look at this.
必勝の真相よ
No!
I can't in good conscience.
Die.
One thing about this game is it's not right in the air.
必勝の真相よ必勝の真相よ必勝の真相よお遊戯の時間はおしまいですよ
Fuck, man. Fuck.
No more of that.
行きますよそこです警告をきれいにしないと
Yeah, using Rosa and Jester together, I guess, is the most long-range fighting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
置いてはいけません
You
よ
both have those
シエ
aimed
スタ
attacks.
姉妹
Rosa is a pretty unconventional character because with her gun loaded, she's very strong, but yet you just have to keep reloading your gun constantly.
Ah, so that's what it was. Yeah, she does have a little bit of a wind up that you kept getting me in.
Right. Yep.
プリンセス
Here, let's try new characters that we haven't done yet.
Sounds cool. Yeah, I think when the game initially launched, it was just It was 10 characters, I believe. It was everything from like Angie to the right for those first 2 rows, and all the other characters were added later.
We've got 2 of Worst Girl. What an awesome lineup here. Canon does not want to be part of this. Oh my god, you can't even crouch under that! What am I supposed to do? What does Minaogiri mean?
You say now, Giri?
Naogiri. What he's saying in this.
Oh, I got you. I'm not sure. I have all my sound turned off just to make sure that I don't conflict with you. I'm just doing this kind of thing. It's very green. She's ready to use the green suit. That's not real. She's got an attack that I think is
I don't know if my inputs are just not going. No, they're going incorrectly. I'm just getting stunned.
Yeah. One of her attacks is a counter attack that will activate if the opponent hits you while you're doing it. That's the thing where she kind of stops and cleans your ears for a second.
Wait, did we both choose Ken and Erica?
We did. I didn't get much canon content.
Yes. We have Canon and his totally legit brother, Bannon. We have Erica and her totally legit sister, Serica.
Right. No one's to say that Rika can't have multiple pieces on the board.
Rika literally is just a child that is like, oh, I could put pieces on the board.
Imagine if there were 2 Ericas in the story. I don't think anybody.
Oh god, that'd be terrible. No. She just wins the game because she's like, oh, I can instill pieces onto this board as long as they, all of the rules account for them. So the number of people goes up, whatever. She just puts 100 people on the island of Rocketjima.
100 people minus 1 for 99 too.
Beatrice tries to go around and kill people, and it's just every room is just people.
Too many to kill. Of course, Erica is very good at corpse verification, so she can probably get through.
True.
99. If you haven't seen, man, I kind of want to play Erica again and see if I can show you her meta attack because it's basically the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. The manor explodes, the 99 people die, and then Erica spends the next week after identifying everybody and how it died.
Right. Yeah,
so what did you want to show me?
Some Strive here. They released a nice group of how many? They released a nice group of 23 DLC characters for Strive that we're trying out right now.
Yeah. I'm loving this new game, Strive.
Mm-hmm.
Not too familiar with Guilty Gear, so I can't tell you which ones are returning characters and which ones are new ones. But it's a really good roster.
Yeah, right. It's all bad guys in there somewhere. You just have to really dig for it.
Isn't this Soul Bad Guy?
Yeah, that's basically Soul Bad.
Alright, that's basically Soul Bad Guy.
You have to try his forward punch and see if it's Soul Bad Guy.
Here,
It's
which...
an unbeatable forward punch.
Okay. And, Right. Does she have a pirate costume?
Pirate guy. Nope.
名推理
Um,
の出地で
but there is a fun
ライトの最後にふさわしいだろうよ
hopefully I'll get a chance to
探
show you.
偵の務めです
We'll see.
ザ・ファーストムーブメントブリッツ
Delay on the way so that I can build up some special builds. If you didn't notice, when you're switched off of a character, they'll build special gauge, the one who's not active.
Perfect counter.
ドラ
I do not care. I am walking away.
Right? You're tired.
審議してやら審議してやら
That's what Willard H. Wright does. Right?
Come on.
解いてもらいます解いてもらいますともらいます
甘かったか
逃しません
発射だ
I am walking away.
審議してやらため
何やってんです何やってんです
Huh? Oh, her X is like a taunt. That sucks.
Yeah, her X is, like I said, it's a counter move, so if the opponent hits you while you're doing it at a certain range,
I see.
You'll do an attack in response.
何やってんです解いてもらいますいい攻撃解いてもらいますグリッチェックナイトルーズ
What was I about to do there before I got punted?
敗北などありえない
It looked like a special attack, but I guess it came out a little slower than... Yeah.
Ah.
So it's a stronger version of the spinning side attack that she...
切ります何やってんです
Man, I cannot remember Delano's moves to save a life.
下がりますともらいます
The grab is the walk all over you button.
切ります解いてもらいます
Oh, yes.
いい攻撃何やってんです解いてもらいます解いてもらいます逃しますいい攻撃ざっくりいきますよ逃します何やってんです何やってんです後悔させてやりますやります何やってんですや
Look
り
at
ます
everything you use that,
You fool.
犯人です邪魔です邪魔です
そこか幻の幻に変え
What did I just pull out there? That was fucking awesome.
Flip. That was pretty cool.
ノルマ
る審議してやらやらやら
Down you and your flips, Willard H.
告発しますあなたが犯人
Damn you and your flips.
Oh, no.
He's approaching me menacingly.
ドライブドレ
Enough flips. Enough already.
解いてもらいます
Ah. No, it's not good.
案外やら
It's unbeatable. He is Soul Bad Guy.
Perfect try.
甘かったか案外やら
推理があるならば伺いましょう解いてもらいますありがとう
Oh, for Pete's sake.
ルーズィ
Oh, man.
展開大法院の見解をご希望でしたら
I'm gonna
法
have
院規定に従いご申請をお願いいた
I'm
し
gonna
ま
have to
す
keep playing Erica though until I get a chance to use that meta attack. It needs to be seen.
Oh, the window one?
Yeah. Have you ever seen how it ends? Pretty beautiful.
Hold on. Let's let you I'll throw this match so you can pull it off.
You don't have to. I'll find a chance.
シャノン
But I gotta build up some meter first, anyways. I think I'll need at least 2 meter before I can do it.
Okay, then on second thought, how do I unselect the character? Huh. Oh, whoops. I guess we're going for
はじめましてこれ以
for
上
alternate costume canon
ウル
and
ナエリカと申しますザ・ファーストムーブメントノルマブリッツ
The servant pig.
ノルマノルマキリサク弾いてみせるですよ弾いてみせるいい攻撃頑張ってクールサコ
Shannon has a lot of defensive barriers.
Yeah.
Can deflect.
I see. That's how you do it. Yeah, let me just figure that out.
I think it's like down, down, and then a button. Will, do that.
Yeah. Get carded.
It's
Aw.
another thing I didn't realize is if you're very close up to the opponent, you'll execute a different attack when you press a standard button. I realized that just recently doing thing. Okay, I'm not doing my job in terms of I need to build up some meter on Erica if I'm going to show you that cool attack.
So I have to. So you have to let me hit you.
Well, if I can hit attacks, that also works. I just gotta make sure it's on the off slot.
All right.
I'm trying to do it. Let's see. For Pete's sake. I gotta look it up. Let me try it from the other side. I think it'll be easier.
Can you do it in my world?
I have to break your meta world by spending 2 guards at once to make that work. Actually, it's in different.
There we go.
Right, left, down. For Pete's sake. Why can't I do it? I'll have to look that up later. I was sure it was right, left, down, right. I think it's the command. But it's not working. I guess I can try it one more time. Just a minute.
I see.
Let me see.
Ah.
Let's see,
I'm gonna look it up. It's definitely worth seeing. Use a meta attack. What's it?
Well, I'll maximize the possibility for Erica fun by also playing Erica.
Good idea. Alright, let's see. Right, left, down, right, strong hit. That should be working then. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong there. It could be that there might be some delay in the inputs that's not there when I just practice by myself. But I should be able to. I did it. I did a couple earlier, so I should be able to do it if I keep trying.
魔女の喫茶室。こういう待ち時間って。
Let's
はじめま
see,
して
let's see.
こんにちは
Oh, yeah.
探
A
偵
terrible
古田エ
sight.
リカと申します The
Yeah,
first
yeah.
movement
I'll bet that's why I can't do it. I think you have to do it mid-air. With Erica. Like hers is a mid-air specific.
甘いんですよ甘いんですよ
So I'll do it this way.
もう一撃
Hopefully I'll make it.
もう一撃もう一撃
You know, Erica is also the only character that can double jump.
何をやってんですか
Erica's the only character that can what?
Can double jump.
Ah.
So you like you can press up again in the air.
何やってんです何やってんです
And she can like fly with her little hook.
of some melee. Well, actually, I guess I could show you Ranave's meta attack too. Like this.
Alright, pull it off.
There we go.
Oh shit!
The raging demon. Nice, a Cooler callback. I don't know why he does it.
Oh man, did we run out of time?
We're close. Oh, actually, what does it show? What does it show on your screen? Okay, yeah. Okay.
It shows
I
a
thought maybe
clock.
we were decent.
The second movement.
We were close to running out of time.
Oh, I see. It's your meta bar that's all the way up, not mine.
Yeah. So what you'll build up special gauge on whichever character you don't have currently. And so that's why you've got 4 or 5 Burrow and Runaway right now.
見事です有効な手です攻撃反応するとても楽しいお似合いですなんと見事な一手です
Alright. Let's see it.
It's hard to do.
There we go!
She just covers him with a bag.
It's so fucking ridiculous.
I love it. It's I think you've gotten to that part of the story, but I love it.
Yeah, where she climbs on all the windows outside to check for if you come in and out.
Yeah, and her perfect corpse confirmation, where she's like, I know that everybody's dead because I made sure.
プレゼントですプレゼントです
One
プレゼ
of
ン
my
トです
favorite parts.
迎え撃ちこれは参りました
ルーズ
Runaway has a bunch of counter moves where
I see.
if you throw the shield at the right
可能で
place.
すいかがでしょうか皆様方
Runaway passed out on the ground. Sounds like he's having a good time.
Yeah. They've got these weird breathing noises that everybody makes while they're.
Yeah.
I always thought they would patch that to make it like a little bit less strange, but
プリンセス
apparently they are not interested in that. So on it gets.
後ろ宮ジョージ
Did I try to play Angie already? Yeah, I did. I have not played I have not played Beatrice yet. That's funny.
Oh yes.
ジェシカちゃんも心の準備をしてほしい
It would be silly to play Golden Fantasia and not play
The
Beatrice.
first movement ブリッツ
This is just a regular human, though.
A fight between 2 world-class martial arts champions, at least in the fake made-up version of the story.
これはどうだい
I'm decided to use Fantasy.
いい攻撃はどうだいこれはどうだいいい攻撃抜ける切り抜けるこれはどうだい
The rules.
George getting knocked out.
ベアトリーチェ甘いんじゃないかな失礼するよ
Cannon has got to win at least a few battles. Oof. The stakes are moving.
I love that.
It's unbeatable.
It's unbeatable.
わらわなら一振りそうだよ私の本気見せてやるぜ
I really am.
チェックメイトルージー
I got super
It's like
punched.
cross counter.
来るがよいセカンドムーブメント行くぜブリッツ
Cross
わ
counter.
らわなら一振り安らかに眠れ安らかに眠れ行くぜおいでなさい
Beatrice has some pretty strong
安
range.
らかに眠れ安らかに眠れわらわなら一振りだわらわなら一振りだまだまだ飽きたぜなんて
Beatrice does not stand up. She just teleports up.
Cannon doesn't have the best win-loss just
Oh shit! Cannon! George's mortal enemy.
甘いんじゃないかな。失礼するよ。ことで。切り捨ててみろよ。今こそ黄金の扉を開こうぜてみろ。これまでだ。やるではない。
Ah shit! Cannon, Beatrice's mortal enemy. Ouch. So, I think it's a good time to talk about the deaths of Jessica and George in the story. Which is, in one of the episodes, Jessica is fighting Renoe, and George is fighting Gap. And George goes for a spinning overhead, downward roundhouse kick on Gap, while Jessica at the same time goes for a super punch on Renoe, and Gap teleports George and Jessica into the same place, causing them to obliterate each other.
Ah, yes, the class.
Jessica super punches George so hard he dies from a hole in his chest, and George kicks Jessica so hard that her head explodes. This is what the witch Beatrice tries to make you think happened in the story.
See all of this and more when you read Umineko and Nanaku Courtney.
Yes, good advertisement. Along with someone crawling up the side of a building in the rain to check to make sure that no windows are unlocked.
Correct, yes. It's the eternal duty of Umineko fans to shill it to everybody who hasn't read Umineko yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know how. I just read Umineko and then suddenly I wanted to shill it to everybody, even family members. It's truly a terrible curse.
Right? The curse of us.
Don't mess with RO7 fans. They'll shill literally everywhere.
It's funny because for a long time I was trying to get friends to read Umineko and stuff, and it was hard to find takers. But when I got into the VTuber community, suddenly everybody who's already read Umineko are like still in the process of reading. It just goes to show you that VTuber fans have great taste.
Sorry, could you hold on attacking and repeat that at a time when we're not attacking each other?
I was just saying that VTuber fans have really good taste because they're all Umineko fans.
Yes, VTubers have good taste.
There was actually a person in one of the chats that I talked to said he had a framed portrait of Beatrice in his house.
Try it. I like this girl because she can jump back and attack.
That did go great. Fighting games, if the time runs out, then whoever has the most HP.
Don't fucking block now. Finally, I checkmated you.
Yeah,
I like this girl.
she's she's invincible during a lot of her animations.
That's the best part.
Right. Invincibility is always an issue.
Plus, look at this combo, man. I'm totally not playing on princess mode, so this is like the easiest thing in the world to pull off.
Anything I can ride in the air, but that's the Guilty Gear Strive, not this one. Which is not Guilty Gear.
You just allowed me to do my combo for longer. Oh, that glorious chip damage!
I can't figure out how to get around the stake attack. It's really tough.
接続は成功だ。
きりで
Oh,
ゆっくり楽しんでね
let's see. Who else would be good to play?
ルシファー、
Maybe I'll play Willard.
ウィラード H ライト、
I always forget the name of his.
Hello, Soul Bad Guy. My name is Soul Bad
ザ・ファ
Guy.
ーストムーブメント、
くんな。
ブリッツ、
やめるな。
見てなさい、沈黙なさい、見てなさい、沈黙なさい、
やめるな。
見てなさい、それが沈黙なさい、
飛んでいけ。やろう。頭だけだ。そこだ。
食らいなさい、ズブズブッと、いっちゃいなさい、
やれ。
食らいなさい、ズブズブッと、いっちゃいなさい、見てなさい、これが沈黙なさい、見てなさい、見てなさい、これが沈黙なさい、
心をないがしろにするんじゃねえ。
出番、
変わって
話を聞
Beatrice
かせて
is
もらう。
running.
おいでなさい、
Not very often we see Beatrice like that.
おいで
審議してやろう。審議してやろう。審
One
議
cool
して
thing
や
about
ろう。
Beatrice is that every time she does a stake attack,
審議
takes
し
this
てやろう。
into
審議してやろう。
He uses a different stake.
よく食らうがいい、行けよ、
そこ。
おいでなさい、食らうがいい、愚か者が
飛んでいけ。
食らうが
鎖貫く。
いい、やるではないか、
鎖貫く。
よく食らうがいい、ならしまおいでなさい、おいでなさい、おいでなさい、いいね、
honestly, I deserve that if I'm going to keep spamming stakes.
食らうがいい、それほーれ、おいでなさい、
Ah!
ルージー
Mini stakes.
少しは手
Seven
加減
of
し
them
や
are
が
good
る。
ムーブメント、ブリッツ、行け、おいでなさい、ならしま
しただけだ。そこ。鎖貫く。
目にちょっと乗せてくれる、
With my brother's
だけだ。
目にちょっと乗せてくれる、そうだよ、
審議してやろう。そこ。
食らうがいい、
Ooh.
ほーれほーれ、
審議してやろう。
よっ、
やろ
ほーれほーれ、
う。やろう。
そら、
審議してやろう。やろう。飛んでいけ。こいつを試す。
甘い、やれ
Oh
よ、
God.
やろう。
よ、食らうがいい、
I don't want to get in the corner.
行け、痩せ我慢が、おいでなさい、食らうがいい、
Hello, Soul Bad Guy. I am Soul Bad Guy.
It's just like playing Guilty Gear Strive online.
審議してやろう。逃げたら恨むなよ。そこ。審議してやろう。審議してやろう。これだ。ルシファー、任せたぜ。
突き刺してあげる、
ふざけやがって。
ミンチにしてあげる、
ふざけやがって。
それは許さない、
やろう。
突き刺してあげる、これがミンチにしてあげる、突き刺してあげる、突き刺してあげる、これがミンチにしてあげる、
そりゃふざけやがって。
ミンチにしてあ
これがね
げる、
え事件なんて存在しねえ。なんだと。
Ah, dang it.
ウィンズ、
The stakes
少し
are
は
so
手加
tiny.
減し
ザ・サードムー
やがる。
ブメント、
下がる。
ブリッツ、
そりゃふざけやがって
ミンチにしてあげる
そこか幻は幻
Oh no!
そりゃ
Use my cool guy's voice.
飛んで
I didn't realize this was ended by animated
飛ん
stage.
でいけ
キスしてあげるこれが注目なのどこを見て見てなさいこれが注目なの
飛んでいけふざけやがって
ミンチにしてあげる
暗いなさいいっちゃいなさいキスしてあげるこれが注目なさいキスしてあげる
ふざけやがって
ミンチにしてあげる
キスしてあげる
ふざけやがって
ミンチにしてあげる
見えた裏だよ飛んでいけそりゃ
気持ちよくしてあげる
Oh, I don't even know how I pulled that off.
浮いてなさい
Fuck. That's nuts.
There's a whole bunch of things.
これで完璧だ It's perfect
Perfecto.
It's perfect.
No, give it some gusto.
Did you ever watch my VTuber introduction thing?
Maybe a long time ago.
Okay. In it, I tried to do my Kenzo voice, and I practiced it, and it doesn't really sound practiced, but I actually blew my throat out, like, trying to practice it on the way to work one day. So, like, all day I couldn't talk because I'd been imitating Kenzo in the car.
Same thing with me in the Kinzo voice. Beatrice! Come back!
It's rough. You can, the more you practice it, the worse your vocal cords will feel. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, it is just pure how to make yourself sound old and unable to talk anymore.
Right. That's it. Gotta sound like an old crazy person.
I like to think that the Mad Kinza wasn't just a product of them trying to hide his death, but actually like for a bit before he died, he just went fucking nuts. Walking around the house. Beatrice! Beatrice!
I mean, there's some interesting stuff to learn. If you're on episode 6 now, there's still a little bit more to go in terms of learning about characters' personalities and things.
I see.
It'll be interesting to learn the last kernels of truth. Yeah. But yeah, I really love Kenzo. Back, so the anime is probably not a good way to get into Minika, but it's the way I got into Minika. And Kenzo's voice actor there is pretty legendary, and they carried him over to all the other appearances.
Here, I'm
nothing
gonna
else,
play that for the stream because it should be an anime voice because that's great.
Yes. Very good voice
Here,
actor.
here.
He plays a lot of other voices, like he's Sigma in Mega Man X. He's actually it seems like nowadays he's playing more and more voices, so it's fun to spot him when you can. Let's see. Well, I don't think I've played Burn Castle at all yet. I'll try her out.
わしが超えられるかな
It's a dumb meme, but you heard a few seconds of Kinza's voice. Or
Okay.
Shamiya voice. Here's the one that I think has his voice. No. But it was just an edit of Kinza to cartoon. Here's one. This is another fucking meme that doesn't actually have the Kinza voice. I'll kill myself.
Kenzo VM. I might be able to pull you one of him talking in the visual novel.
I know there's one of those scenes where he goes really fucking nuts with Beatrice, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah, he goes hard in the visual novel. Like, so the way I'm playing it on my replay, the first time I played it with just like the Ryukishi sprites, no voice acting.
Yeah, that's how I'm doing
I've
it
got
currently.
Yeah, and it's definitely worth doing it that way. But this time around I have it modded with the PS3 graphics and also the PS3 voices. And man, Kenzo goes nuts whenever he does one of his spiels. it's worth hearing. Let me see. I wonder if I can find a voice clip from him. Man, it's really surprisingly hard to find a
I know.
clip of this. His 3 voice. I feel like I did it earlier because I had to listen to some to
Aw.
well, I'll keep looking
実はツンデレの方が好み
between matches.
I can't find a clip of it. Though when it comes to the Yumineko anime, I was reminded of Jessica's crying. Which is a voice clip that gets posted way too much on the threads. Here. Is this it?
Doctor!
No. God damn it, there's so many fucking memes mislabeled that I can't find the actual clips.
Oh yeah, I think I found here's a clip of him from the anime. I'll link it to you and you can play it. If you'll check on Discord, I'm gonna link it to you.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, at long last, I finally found one.
Hooray, we finally found it!
Yep. So his voice actor from the anime is the same one who reprised his voice in the visual novel as well.
Here, I'll put this on the other screen so we can do it in watch party.
Sure.
なぜに私をこれほどまでに拒むのか。今こそお前に与えられた全てを返そう。全てを失おう。だから最後にもう一度だけお前の微笑みを見せてくれ、ベアトリーチェ。
Pay attention!
It's so hard to get that cadence in your voice.
Pay attention! Let's get back to the game.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see.
Princess.
You know, it's funny. I think at one point they were trying to make a version of Umineko that would have English voices. They were kickstarting it.
Oh, Yumineko Gold. I saw that.
Yeah, I think it must have died or something because it went silent.
Just no updates. There was supposedly something about medical stuff, and then just no updates. But like when I saw the voice cast trailer, we'll actually watch it after we're done with this. It looked so good, and it's so fucking sad. Ah.
Yeah. I think they were doing a really good job, or at least from what I heard so far. I was kind of interested in trying it that way because especially if they were English voices, I could even like listen to it while I do something else. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. It seems like they just
Yeah.
stalled.
The
Or
first movement
待ちなさい。
ブリッツ
それそれ待ちなさい。ないじゃないの。ぶっ飛ばないじゃないの。図に乗らないでよね。それぶっ飛ばないじゃないの。オッケー。放題ないの。ないじゃないの。待ちなさい。
How many fucking cancels do you have?
a lot of Battlers attacks have a really large amount of like, wind up time.
チェックメイトルージー
Candy.
これからこれ
ザ・セ
から
カンドムーブメントブリッツルチア行くのよ
What, you want more cats? I think you said more cats!
Let's go double cat on it.
打ちなさいこれがよ待ちなさいしてくれる面白いあなた
Yeah, her just like standard X attack looks
打
like
ちなさい本格的にやらせてもらう
that's just me pressing X.
これがよけこれがよけ打ちなさいまとめてかかれルチアまとめてかかれこれがよけかしら
Man, you're making a lot of cats with it.
かかれルチアルチ
I can't quite remember, but Burn Castle has some of these versus Towers has more of these like crystal quarter.
Fuck Battler. Actually have some moves, please.
まとめてかかれ
青き真実
危ない本格的にやらせてもらうよ危ない食らい尽くせリヴァイアさん
青き真実青
まとめてかかれ
青ルーツクラック
Have some cats.
チェックメイトルージーあんたみたいに
I'll
小石
I'll
の
toss my
よう
ball
な
of
や
cats
つで
in.
も起こす奇跡があることを
Before we do the next match, let's actually do that Yumineko Gold trailer. I can stream it through this Discord call, so you can watch it too. But give me 1 minute to pull that up.
Sounds cool. Yeah, Burn Castle will be an interesting character from anybody who's played Higurashi. I mean, who's watched Higurashi or who's watching it now. There's some overlap between those characters that's always very interesting to ponder.
I mean, now with Higurashi Go, it's basically confirmed. But some of the things in that anime are like, sorry, that anime is more enjoyable to watch the dumb threads for that anime than it is to actually watch the anime. Though there were some Kino moments in it. Like the moment where like the episode long torture episode that if you were watching on TV had half the screen black because
Yep.
they just couldn't bottom actually censor the gore on point for so many scenes because there was just too much gore.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, I think it's funny because when you start watching Go for like the first half of the anime, you're like, well, it seems like they kind of dialed it back a little bit from what I remember from Higurashi. I guess maybe they kind of lost their edge in terms of like gore, and then you get to that episode and it's like, well, never mind. They still got.
Here's the Yumineko Gold Edition trailer, so you can watch along with the stream. I'm gonna switch my source now to the watch party. All right, let's take a look at this because this is what Yumineko could have been in English.
You who seek the Golden Land, on the first twilight, offer up the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices.
바깥도 쉐거리는 베네.
Hear that song rising up from the sea with the rumble of thunder and harmony. Winds of a storm ring out and grow in a dark crescendo. Mysterious words tell a story of wrath. When it's over, a chorus of witches laugh. This twisted night repeats like a rite, and the banquet starts at twilight. They've crumbled and fallen to hell, dragged down by their secrets and lies. So many sins endlessly cling to the wings of the gold butterflies. Hush now and don't cry, let me free your mind. Burn illusions down to embers. I'll lend it all and the curtains will fall on your wretched life.
Once we get past the songs, you'll see the voice acting, and that's where I think it was exceptional.
I'm especially fond of the one that they have for the answer arc. It's really cool.
Which one for? Oh, the Yumeneka openings.
Yep. For the answer part of the visual novel, I think it's cool.
Yeah, the Yumeneka openings always kind of slapped in their own way. Even though they had they were like professional, they looked like very professional like anime intros. But then they had the Ryokishi sprites, and I always found that really funny. She's like, yeah, sure you don't want a character designer for this? No, use my hand-drawn sprites in like rendered, rain environments.
I mean, Ryukishi is really a lot like Zune in that respect. Like, you've got to admire the way that it just keeps to the style from game to game, and it's kind of iconic, and people will make fun of it, but then there's other people who are like devoted fans of that style and expect to see it every time.
There was something that looked like a
I just know that once I switched from the Steam sprites to the Ryokishi sprites, even though I'd go back to the Steam sprites from time to time because they took up less of the screen, like the Ryokishi sprites had their kind of charm to them.
Yeah, the Steam sprites, here's a weird story. The Steam sprites are actually based on a pachinko game. Like, they ripped them out of the Umineko pachinko game. Yeah. So the ones I use are actually PS3 ones that are modded in. But the
only thing with the PS3 sprites is they aren't very colorful. That's the problem. Like, at least to me.
Yeah, I guess.
They look anime. They look anime enough, but they're not anything special. And there's some weird ones in the pachinko sprites, because every character with tits has massive tits in the pachinko sprite.
Yeah, there's definitely some comparison drawings of that, like the pachinko especially. Yeah, just kind of.
I remember when I first saw Kiri with the Steam sprites. She was sitting there just to start, and I was like, "What, boing?"
She needs to get that jacket retailored.
The thing is that she has her tie clipped right underneath her chest, so it's really, really noticeable.
You're right.
Who did this? When did it appear?
There was nothing.
But yeah, it's funny. I've even met people who swear by the pachinko sprites. I guess everyone has different tastes when it comes to which art they want to play with. But I think everyone should experience it in the classic Ryukishi sprites at least once.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, crying battler Ryukishi sprite.
Yes, it would be best to get this vulgar graffiti out of sight, if only temporarily. Cannon, please raise the shutter at once.
Yes, ma'am.
Cannon squatted in front of the shed, turned a key in the lock and slowly lifted the shutter.
You know, I'll be honest. I don't think I knew that they did this like special animation for it and everything.
Until that ominous drawing finally
I
disappeared
know
from
what.
their vision.
Ah.
For a moment, everyone breathed a sigh of relief.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but they even had like voice actor creds for all the characters in this trailer, and it's like, wow, like these could be the canon voices. They nailed it.
That's true. That's true. It's funny because I remember the last piece of news they revealed was Kumasawa getting a English voice actor. that was the end of it.
God damn it, Kumasawa.
When Genji noticed Nanjo sitting on the sofa, he gave a hurried, silent bow before approaching him with panic in his eyes.
Dr. Nanjo,
the first time reading Human Echo through, and I know I sent you the document, it was, Kumasawa has this, like, it has a lot of things that are unsaid, also an appreciation for mysteries and stuff, and I was going by Higurashi logic, where the least important character in the cast is the most suspicious. So I was expecting that she might be Beatrice because of also age, too. She's the only character that could feasibly be old enough to be Beatrice. But once getting a little bit of feedback on, okay, this is from you actually, from truth, half truth, and false, I was like, hold on. At least my theory for the first episode and how it went down, which is actually the easiest episode to solve, except when you first read it, you're completely in the dark about what's going on, and so you don't really know what.
Yeah.
No, you don't really know. Like, yeah, go ahead.
The way it's laid out, when everything happens at first, you're kind of not even looking at it as a mystery yet. So you'll probably be like, so much thinking about like the fantasy, or like how is this all happening, that you're really not like going to be looking at what you should be to solve it. But
yeah,
you had the episode 1 pretty well solved. So.
Yeah, it's really not until episode 3 that you start to get to be able to solve the mystery yourself, I'd say, and that's because in episode 3, it's where Battler becomes a competent mystery narrator. Like Eva Beatrice, he's like, no, this is Eva, boom. And that scene is one of the most, awesome action scenes in the novel, too, when he first gets his confidence. Even though in that scene, Eva Beatrice accidentally reveals that there's no witches on Rakanjima, which pretty much tells you the truth. Except Battler is so confused at the time he doesn't pick up on it.
Oh yeah.
But that's pretty funny when I was looking through the Red Truce and I was like, hold up. The mystery could have been solved right here.
Yeah.
Though...
Yeah. Incompetent Battler is everyone's favorite Uminiko. It's like, you know that meme that's like the one really huge book, and it would say Uminiko, and then the really small book next to it, and it would be like Uminiko with Battler's confidence. That's pretty much it.
Umineko if Battler were competent. Yeah, though to be fair, like, Battler's trapped in the most horrific fucking situation you could imagine for most of the story. Like, yes, you can solve Umineko episode 1 if you're super, super paranoid and really attentive to what everyone is saying.
Right.
Which is kind of how... And also by tracking people's movements, too. Though from the perspectives of the people in the story, like, it's just such a chaotic mess when you find 6 people dead in a shed that you're not really caring about that.
Right, exactly. I mean, for me personally, until it was right around, like, it was one of the chapters where they pretty much have to start laying stuff out for you, like dissecting each kind of chapter by chapter. Until that point, I was still in the dark over a lot of very important things. So even once you kind of have the idea of what's happening, it still takes just a little bit longer before you figure it out. You figure out everything perfectly.
Well, I actually nailed Beatrice at the same time that Battler does in the story, because in episode in episode 5, when he does his deep dive to figure out, okay, who could possibly be Beatrice, not through clues, but through what is this trying to say overall to me, and it's like, hold on, you know, and he's like, Beatrice, you know, you waited, I'm sorry you waited so long for me to come back, but you didn't, because when he finally figures out Beatrice is already gone, he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry for breaking my promise to you. And I'm like, hold on, what's that? What's that? There's only one character in this story that he's made a promise to like this, and I was like, all right, I've nailed Beatrice right there. And I was like, and also at the time, because I had gone through because when I went back through what I had composed in my first trying to figure out the culprit document, and I was like, wait a minute, I just passed this up as you know, oh, that's meant to be you know, be kinky, that's meant to be sexually unsettling, you know. I was like, applying it with the new culprit in mind, I was like, oh, that's why she wants everybody dead.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But it was funny how I basically got it right there at the same time as Battler.
Yeah.
Which I think was the intention.
It took me a little while. Yeah. I guess.
Well, when did you figure out the true culprit?
I mean, see, to me, I don't think I really understood it until, correct me if I'm wrong, but in episode 6, they start like dissecting some of the previous chapters, don't they?
I'm a little bit into episode 6, and it seems to be giving a lot away with Battler setting up the game as a kind of like, this is the story of Beatrice.
Yeah.
So you got it.
It took
in episode 6.
It took me a little while into them saying, you should have figured this out by now, but I'm going to keep giving you clues. It took me a little bit longer than that to figure it out. So there was a period of time where Battler was like, I've got it. And I'm like, I don't have it. Battler, please help.
Battler, please tell. Well, what were your theories? What were your theories chapter by chapter? Like, I'm guessing you were just stunned and floored by, like, the first 2 chapters, but, like, when you started to get into episode 3, that's where you start, like, okay, maybe I should start making my own theories here.
Right. So my theories, they all did kind of hinge on the servants, but I was thinking to myself, there's got to be something going on with the bodies here, and so I was thinking, like, Dr. Nanjo, I was giving a much higher role in the killings than he should have. I was one of those very few on the Nanjo badges.
Yes, this person,
that didn't exactly work out.
Dr. Nanjo, inspects the body, covertly slips the bleeding out person poison. Oh no, they're dead.
Yeah. That was basically my thinking. Yeah. But it was funny though, because when I started reading Umineko, I think when I started, maybe 4 chapters were out, and so I actually had somebody who I would like theory craft with as it came out, and we were all so completely wrong about everything. It's fun to think back to the time of the internet where nobody had really figured it out yet.
Yeah, it is funny to think about. Like, the story really beats you over the head with, like, without love, you won't figure out this murder. And so a lot of things which are really obvious in hindsight, you know, because they premise on love and not, you know, okay, how could someone pull off a flawless murder plan, really come to be, because you know, like, you really, okay, there are certainly twists, but you really expect, like, this murder, you know, having some twist where, like, the most insignificant character, there's a, or X was actually X all along, but it's actually much straightforward. It's actually kind of straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a thing where once you have figured it out, like everything slides into place. But it's just that oh boy. I guess the whole theme throughout, another one of the themes ends up being that whole fantasy versus mystery thing, and they obfuscated so heavily with the fantasy that it's very hard. Just like Battler, you're having a very hard time picturing it as a mystery for a really lengthy period of time. You have the famous small bombs theory from Battler and everything like that. That was pretty much the level of a lot of people's theory.
Small bombs Battler. Yeah, I see. The thing is the Human Echo does encourage you to think of what's the most twisted way this murder could be pulled off, because that's how Battler wants to do it, because he wants a perfect solution where Beatrice is completely his enemy and it's not any of his family, or if it isn't, he does it, and he can rely on methods that don't assume, betrayals or people lying. So that's how closed rooms come about. Where it's it was a closed room. It was a closed room. Then stakes shot out of the walls and killed them from an automated trap. And there's no Beatrice.
Oh. Yeah, there's oh man. Even after you finish reading, when you go deeper into some of the what might seem like plot holes, or if you really think back to some stuff, you're still that didn't quite make sense. It's just interesting reading everybody's theories of that, and because once you finish reading the novel, there's still some things that are not fully spelled out, and for those people just have to use the context clues or make theories or whatever. But
well, I heard the Human Echo manga basically gives you an answer sheet at a certain point in the story, where it's
that's true. Yeah,
this is how everything was played out. Basically every murder, everything that was unstated, etc.
Yep. There's still just a couple of things involving murder weapons that are confusing, but again, it's something you can look at later when you finish it.
Yes. Murder weapons in Human Echo, where people shooting each other in a full-on shootout battle between 4 people is not heard by anybody else, because there's rain outside.
Right. It's very heavy rain.
It's very heavy rain.
I love the Winchester rifles that Kenzo has in his house.
Oh yeah.
Form so much of the. It's always cool that they made all the extra sprites of everybody holding the little stubby guns.
They're so funnily stubby. A sawed-off Winchester is one of the dumbest ideas I have ever, that anyone has ever conceived of. And it's exactly how you could tell that he isn't American. Because, it's what's the most American gun? Well, I know Winchesters are, a very old American gun. But sawing off guns is also very American.
Oh, yeah. So who ended up being your favorite character in Umineko so far?
Ooh. Well, I'd have to say Battler, because and it really started at the airport in the first scene of the novel, when Maria is introduced and Battler immediately just is the perfect big brother figure to her, and just immediately they kick it off like Battler is just a perfect room brightener.
Yeah.
And And
He is a pretty likable clown.
yeah. And he's a and it's ouch. VTuber Gator just threw something at my head.
Oh.
But he is a likable clown that where and people have said he's a himbo. He's a smart himbo, but he's completely a himbo.
Right. I guess.
Ah,
I guess my favorite character is probably Natsuhi. There's a
oh
couple
yeah,
reasons why.
Nazi is really good too. And ouch, 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 ouch.
I like her like so there's that track Fortitude that plays, and it's not a vocal track or anything. It's just a kind of a background music, but it's one of my favorite in Umineko, and I think it ties to her character pretty strongly. There's a lot of times where she's having to be strong in a way that is if you're talking about the humans in the story, it's quintessentially human the way she's having to do it, and it's so she's like she's a character who has it very hard, and I think it's always it's interesting to see how she responds to things. But
yeah. Even in the first episode, you see how much everything's taking a toll on Nazi before the murders, and the murders happen, and it's like her story is just a complete tragedy, where she can't stop anymore. She can't stop anymore. Where she's barely keeping people together, you know, and just under so much pressure. And then there's finally the shootout. There's finally the shootout duel with Beatrice in the hallway. So let me get this box off me. All right. There's the shootout with Beatrice, and it's clear she's shot by somebody else. Like there's no like she committed suicide or whatever. Though I did actually suspect that, because after she sees the gold in the house, when I first read through episode 1, I did think, is there some way that Natsuhi, as terrible as it would have been, is Beatrice, and that she killed everybody and herself and left all the cousins alive, so that they'd inherit everything, because like she just snapped, because that would be like a horrible thing to do, but it would also be like a way out of the situation for her. And truth, it's like the murders in Umineka are actually murdered on the basis of how do you get out of a terrible situation. But it felt like that it felt like, yeah, like Nazi just throughout the story just suffers so much, and takes it, for all things considered, as well as she can, but it still isn't enough, and that's terrible.
Yeah, and it's just as hard as solving the mystery. Like the physical elements of the mystery in the story is solving, the motivation for everyone to do the thing, because the way things ended out, it obviously doesn't lend itself to like somebody did this for money in a lot of cases. So it becomes pretty complicated there.
Though design wise, well, my favorite character is sitting on my desk right here. Virgilia has an awesome dress.
Yeah.
And it's something about the dress, the sash, and it is very old witchy besides the sash, but the sash really sells it as like it's like an extra design element that just je ne sais quoi makes it all work together.
Yep. Have you ever looked up how costume design works for Umineko? Because there's a lot of like gothic inspiration in a lot of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
costumes. But what's really
Supposedly a lot
interesting,
of them are based off stuff from Gothic Lolita magazines. And I know that
yeah, yeah,
one of Virgilia's a Virgilia cosplay is actually in a museum somewhere as a example of Gothic Lolita fashion.
right, right. So yeah, there's some costumes can be like almost directly traced back to certain famous pieces. Yeah. When you see those costumes and they're just kind of like, well, some characters have some really wacky ones that are hard to even base on anything. Like if you look at Gap's costume, that's kind of just out of nowhere.
Yeah, basically, how did
Whenever
Ryukishi think of all these outfits for Yumineko? Well, you see, there's goth lollies, hagalolly, fagalolly, magalolly, lolly lolly. God.
And man, Sakonia costumes are even weirder. So, or they're at least pretty weird. It's hard to say anything's weirder than Umineko. Like, if you ever want to know how weird the costumes in Umineko are, look at Kenzo's like tie. The way that his tie is going over his cape, and then the cape is going over the jacket, and then it's like the way everything tucks into each other.
How did I misspell it that badly? I think it's because I wasn't looking at the keyboard. I was looking at like the screen, and I hit every button but the actual ones. But yeah, this is Kinso's is actually a pretty reserved design, all things considered. It's just the tie fashion.
That's what I'm saying. But if you really scrutinize it and you look at the tie, he's got his shirt poking up out of the cape.
Oh my god! I can't unsee that now.
I know. It's when you look at the characters who are wearing suits, they look like they're wearing like really classic costumes, but then when you really scrutinize the details, they're just nonsense.
Bonjour, kakaliday. Donc. Oh, desire.
I actually sang Divine Tragedia recently on one of my karaoke sets.
Do you have the VOD of that saved?
I have it saved on my computer. Maybe I'll post it.
Yeah, you can post. Usually, you can get them posted up on YouTube. I was able to post my karaoke's just fine there.
I do have an edited version of my first karaoke on YouTube, but I'm a little bit behind on uploading some of my stuff from the later ones here.
But of course, you know, the king of dumb Yumineko fashion design is Gap. This dress makes no fucking sense.
It's like her name's Gap, so we've got to put a gap in there somewhere. Let's do a really
Mind the gap.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's kind of funny that in the pachinko. It's kind of funny that in the pachinko sprites. Oh wait, that's PS3. Okay. I was gonna say in the pachinko sprites for Gat, she doesn't have the big as a chest as the other characters, but no.
Yeah, pachinko sprites are all about the bazongas.
No, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say bazongas. It's all about bazongas.
Bazongas. But I actually did a stream where I had my mom try to guess Yumineko characters. You were able to catch that one, and for whatever reason, Gap was on the list. She could not figure out that this was Gap here.
Yeah, there's at least one big hint there, I guess.
Yeah, I think she guessed it was Beatrice. Which, I mean, Beatrice is blonde, but no. Beatrice was much earlier that I had her do Beatrice. So I don't know who she actually guessed for. Forget. Oh no! I think she guessed Virgilia for Gap, which is funny because Virgilia has like the longest name on that list. You know, Virgilia Publius, whatever. And it's like, oh Oh man, Ma. I don't think a character like this has that long of a name. It's not exactly the most distinguished high class profession she's in.
Oh, boy. Oh man, this is all making me crave some more reading myself. Might have to go back and try to finish that Part 8 sometime soon.
Ah yes, Human Echo fans, we even convert each other.
There's some extra chapters that I have not had the chance to read. I know there's ways to do so. At some point, I'm gonna have to find one of those. But there's like 3 or 4 extra chapters that are just like some of it's kind of like prologue, and then some of it's other stuff. So it's funny because I guess I've versed myself in all things Umineko, except there's parts of the story I still don't really know because I haven't read those spin-offs yet. Someone I will. They recently re-released a version of Umineko that packages it with all those extra chapters and even includes like PS3 version sprites for the characters and stuff. I would really love to get my hands on that.
Oh yeah,
really love it to be translated.
that's for Switch, right? It's like Umineko.
Yeah, right.
Umineko cover. I know the cover is really funny. I don't know if it'll be brought up. Umineko Switch cover would probably bring it up. But Beatrice just looks... Wait, no, this cover is fine. Here. Is it different? Oh, here's the cover. Here's the cover. Umineko no Nakukura ni Saku.
Yeah. Because it's kind of updated from Ryukishi's, but it's also still Ryukishi's.
Yeah. I don't even think this is Ryukishi's style. I mean, like, why does Beatrice have cat fangs? Little overbite. Why does Battler look like a JRPG protagonist but significantly taller?
Who can say? It's just another one of those mysteries for us Umineko fans.
Yep. Start theorizing. But for all in all, even though Umineko has a pretty complex and hard story, it's still better than Five Nights at Freddy's.
My brother was recently remarking to me that he has no desire to play Five Nights at Freddy's, but he really wants to understand the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's because there's just so much of it. And I'm like, I don't have that temptation. Whatever.
Well, I pray that your brother can one day escape the mortal sin of being a Zoomer. Like I hope to. Even though it hangs over me every day, because I have not played the Five Nights at Freddy's games.
Yeah. I've only dipped my toe in one time, and it's not really for me.
But could I tell like at least the lore of up to the first 4 games? Probably.
You're better versed than I am, and I have no idea what's going on in Five Nights at Freddy's beyond the.
Okay, good. Save yourself. Because what is it? I'm not gonna do the welcome. Yeah, welcome to Game Theory.
A Five Guys and Five Nights at Freddy's collab, like Five Guys and Burger Chain.
Five Guys.
I do enjoy Five.
Ah, yes, Five Guys becomes an animatronic restaurant for a short period of time.
But that's just a theory.
A Game Theory. Thanks for watching. Suddenly cut stream.
It feels like lately, I know there was a movie with Nicolas Cage that was somewhat Five Nights at Freddy like that I've been meaning to watch. Kind of a fan of weird movies, so I'll definitely see that at some point. That'll probably be the closest I get to touching Five Nights at Freddy's.
And of course, I was introduced to the beauty of Nicolas Cage movies through Homestuck, uh, in which I learned the that the best Nicolas Cage movie is Con Air, followed by
Con Air.
Con Air, followed by Face Off.
Oh, Face Off's great. I love Face Off.
See, Cock Holiday agrees with me. Con Air's he just wants to get home to his wife and kids and put that buddy back in her hands.
I see. Sounds like something I'm gonna have to look into. So.
Yeah, I really can't describe the Con Air except it's snakes on a plane but convicts on a plane with like Michael Bay levels of action. But Face Off, on the other hand, I can describe. Imagine Nick Cage trying to play another actor. Trying to play another actor, trying to act as him. Because the plot of the movie is that an undercover cop switches with a career criminal, but then the plan goes wrong, and the career criminal, with his face, escapes from jail. So now he is playing a career criminal who's trying to be the police chief, and of course the police chief is Nick Cage.
Yeah, I mean, and the other guy's John Travolta, so it's just like it's the absolute pinnacle of hokey acting from both of the two of them doing each other.
Yeah, sorry, I switched it around. Nick Cage is the terrorist, and John Travolta is the police chief. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's quite something, and even beyond that, even beyond the premise, the acting in it is just some of the strangest stuff you'll ever see. It's very
in the first 3 minutes, Nick Cage has a Kundalini rising in the middle of a young boys choir while dressed as a priest.
His famous line, "I could eat a peach for hours." What a strange movie.
Oh. Kino.
My brother would probably say Wicker Man is his favorite Nicolas Cage movie, but he's a big Wicker head.
I mean, there is not the bees. There is not the bees. The problem with Wicker Man is that there's just not... like, a lot of the movie is just stuff not happening. I mean, other than the fucking bees scene, which is just so strange and out of place, it's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's not great from an actual movie perspective. In fact, actually, it feels like Nicolas Cage is in something of a career renaissance now in terms of being in really high-rated movies.
Oh yeah, The Color Out of Space. But he'll just like take any job. Is the thing. So you'll get it in stuff like the movie about where all the parents go crazy and try to murder their kids, and then he's in like Color Out of Space, and people are like, okay, this is hokey with Nick Cage, but it's also like an actually good cosmic horror movie.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, recently he was in Pig, and I've been meaning to watch that. I just watched Mandy recently, and that was quite a movie. It's a kind of a horror vengeance story, but it's just a really psychedelic movie, and there's moments where Nicolas Cage is just going crazy in the movie. It's definitely crazy Cage at his finest.
This guy, Cyrus the Virus Grimson. Imagine having a name like that.
John Malkovich is another pretty good actor. He's been quite a lot. Oh boy. He was in Split, and then he was Professor X for a pretty long time, I think. Interesting career that.
John Malkovich just has a really good name. I mean, if he if he if he separates his soul into a phylactery and rises after death as a lich, he has a pretty good name for his new for what people will talk about when his new Dark Reign of Terror comes into being.
Yeah, I had it backwards. I was thinking of a different John when I was talking about Split just now. But John Malkovich, if you wanted to see him do some.
I'm unfortunately terrible with actor names, so even if I hadn't know a lot of recurring actors in the films I watch, I'm just like, yeah, that's the black guy that plays the police chief in every serial TV show. Hey, you still there? Aim, I can't hear you. Well, until Aim returns, I wonder what we should do. Eh. Yeah, that was so abrupt. My mind is still spinning about movies. I guess we could... Hey, does anyone have a movie suggestion? For something I could just pull up on stream, which is totally within Twitch's TOS terms of service. Actually, I do have a movie on mind I have been meaning to rewatch. Here, I'm gonna pull over to a screen. You can't see where I'm going to procure this movie, but I've been feeling like I have to watch Blade Runner again. I mean, it's actually might be one I want to watch with my folks, because I watched the director's cut with them before. But maybe Blade Runner 2049. Because that's one I watched in theaters and have grown to appreciate, but haven't rewatched since, even though in theaters it was a little hard to wrap my head around. Oh, okay. It's on Hulu. I just gotta... Oh, I don't know my aunt's Hulu account. My apologies for the technical... Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yeah, I think I may have just... Yep. I don't know what was going on there. I disconnected my internet and reconnected, and now it seems to be working okay.
All right. And oh my god, Blade Runner 2049 is what, 4 hours and 41 minutes? Holy fucking shit. I don't remember it being that long. Is
that the newest Blade Runner movie?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah, I remember watching it, and it was...
I watched it in theaters. I remember it being long, but I don't remember it being that long.
Fair. It's quite lengthy. Hey, just so you know, I got disconnected in Golden Fantasia 2. Were you going to go back to it, or should I?
I don't know. Do you want to play another match? Or...
I certainly could, but it's up to you. I just wanted to know if you want me to restart or not.
We've been having a pretty good conversation. If you don't have anything more to talk about, maybe let's play a few more rounds of Human Echo Fantasia, and then
okay.
And then we'll just end out for the night.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Sure thing. I'll remake.
There we go. Ding.
Oh, actually, you've already got.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, I know. What do you mean that this is not Guilty Gear Strive? Sorry, did I misspeak? This is... Haven't you seen the new roster? It's awesome.
Yeah, 23 new characters.
Yeah. You now have a delay of 5.
Slightly increased. We'll see how that works.
I think your internet got whacked by something. Just a bit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's pretty unusual for it to completely disconnect like that, but it did.
Maybe that witch I've been hearing about so much lately decided to DDoS us.
Yeah, she cut the phone cords, which in modern language translates to cutting my internet.
Yeah. The witch of fuck you, Cloudflare.
I guess it's a good thing you were hosting the stream and not me.
接続は成功だ。
二人っきりでゆっくり楽しんでね。
What do you mean? Your stream randomly cutting out for a bit just gives it character.
Right. Let's see.
Here. So Cock Holiday, here's the roster now in the Guilty Gear Strive. We got Rosa Urashimiya, Anja Urashimiya, Battler, Beatrice, Lucifer. Yeah, I think this is a recurring one from like the past Guilty Gear games, right? Virgilia, Runaway, Cheister. Very, very nice. I think the people who are complaining about May being a dolphin pigeonhole character will love this one for being a bunny pigeonhole character. We got Eva Beatrice, and look at that swoosh. Erica Ferrudo, Delana A. Knox, who appeals to the getting stepped on crowd. Burn Castell, Georgie Boy. Look at that hops. I think he'll go. I think he can go toe to toe with Soul Bad Guy, and we also have Soul Bad Guy too. So
there you go. We're getting
ドラ
rolling.
ノール A ノックス。ウィラード H ライト。
I should have picked Will Rise and said, "Hey, look, we even have Biden. He hasn't even been added into
お
Guilty
相手
Gear."
願いましょう。
oh no, you picked the fucking bullshit character.
どいてもらいます。はいはい。鉄壁の防御です。どいてもらいます。鉄壁の防御です。どいてもらいます。鉄壁の防御です。はい。どいてもらいます。鉄壁の防御です。
I don't think you're trying to stop me here.
これってそっか。
Let's see. Oop, my game has not loaded in yet.
Oh.
どいてもらいます。アイゼルネイユングフローの更
So
新。
you can wail on me for a bit if you want, but I'm
I
just
see.
still waiting for
アイ
a
ゼル
phone.
ネイユングフローの更新。
Is it switching between loading screens rapidly?
どいてもらいます。アイゼルネイユングフロー
No,
の
it's
更
actually
新。
just stuck on just saying waiting for opponents.
どいてもらいます。アイゼ
I
ル
might
ネイユ
just
ン
have
グフ
to
ローの
restart
更
it.
新。
I see.
きついな。
I'll do it.
どい
You
てもらい
can
ます。アイ
enjoy
ゼルネイユングフローの更新。
identifying my corpse if you want to.
チェックメイト。 ウィン。
I guess we'll have to.
ダメね。
The problem is I have to beat this match to get out of this screen because I don't know how to pull up the menu.
これってそっか。
どいてもらいます。
Go for it.
だるい。
Let's see.
Slowly walking.
鉄壁の防御です。どいてもらいます。アイゼルネイユングフローの更新です。
きついな。
I'm doing this in the most efficient way possible, I swear.
よいしょ。
どいてもらいます。アイゼルネイユングフローの更新です。
きついな。
どいてもらいます。
かったるい。
Okay, well, I got my game restarted whenever you do manage to get out of that. Yeah.
鉄壁の防御です。鉄壁の防御です。鉄壁の防御です。鉄壁の防御です。
It is the best throw in the game, though, so it's fine to see it again.
True, true.
話を聞かせてもらおう。
これって
ダメもんでいけこいつを試す
She's got a command grab that's really cool too. You have to be like close up to the opponent, and I do think it's like.
And now my game crashed. Oh wait, no, I got boosted back out. Here we go.
Okay. Alright. Well, if you'll set up another lobby, we'll try it again. Might have been some lingering issues from restarting my my internet.
Furfur and Zephyr have really good character designs.
Yep. They're fun ones. They also have a really good character song if you've never heard it before.
I have
Both
not.
of them sing like, yeah, they both sing to Fishy Aroma, I believe, and it's pretty good.
I'll pull that up in the background because I currently don't have a Zephyr and Furfur theme. Here we go.
It's one of my or one of the most catchy vocal tracks in my opinion.
Well, good start so far.
Yeah, Guilty Gear.
Yeah, the characters even have theme songs. Ain't that awesome?
Listen, mankind knew they could not reform society, so instead they blamed the bees. It's basically the same thing.
What? I didn't hear that.
There's this famous line from Guilty Gear that's mankind knew they could not change society, so instead they blamed the beasts. It plays at the start of every Guilty Gear round. It's something of a meme.
Wow, this is a really catchy. This Guilty Gear and the Zephyr and Furfur theme is really catchy. Hold on one moment. I wonder how it'll change as the song progresses. Wow, that's a really unexpected change in the music.
I'm turning you up a little bit so I can hear it.
Here, maybe I need to turn up the evolution of the Zephyr and Furfur theme.
Oh, for a second, you know what I thought you were going to put on? I thought you were going to put on Suru Payton.
No, I know exactly one Guilty Gear meme, and it's May. Oh, and Faust.
Of course, the other best Guilty Gear meme that we've talked about a couple of times tonight is...
Whoa, this song! I didn't know it had vocals like this.
I showed my champion underwear to my girlfriend. In the logo, I flipped it and I said, "Hey, babe."
Classic.
I fucking looked at it. I said, I looked at my penis. I think
danger, negative penalty.
And they go, penis. More like.
Wow, I really am astounded by wow, what an experimental and interesting theme for May. I'll sing it at my next karaoke.
Yeah, that's the official May theme, as voted by all of us Guilty Gear players.
May memes reach the non-players' feeds and pull their ass in. I mean, there is just something, a je ne sais quoi pleasure about the idea of spamming dolphins in people's face.
The swiggity swoodle, I control the neutral, as they say.
Anyways, do you have a room set up?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't know you were waiting for me. I'll do that. Hold on 1 second. Network. Create lobby. Yeah. All right. I'm going to invite you right now. There you go. Let's see. I'm probably going to win May purely because she has a thigh-high mod. Yes. There's a lot of mods for Guilty Gear going on, and they're all very consumer driven, which means that you can probably understand where most of them fall in terms of content.
Lovely. Still can't choose Black Battler even in networked multiplayer mode. I guess if someone pulls that Black Battler on you in networked multiplayer mode, that's how you just know you're fucked.
Yes. I think there's actually like an old school fighting game cheat code you can put in to unlock him, but I don't know what it is.
Willard H. Light. Ingot no heya.
Do you mind if I talk about something that's not exactly say real quick?
Sure.
The first movement.
So one of the most popular Guilty Gear mods right now is they modded the skirt off of Milia Raid, and if you do it, you realize that her hips are just gigantic. So like everyone's been having a lot of fun. So did you manage to get in okay?
Yep, bless the holy hips. Oh, I was giving you a lot of cheese bar, I see.
I use badly a swift punch in the face.
I just found a new move, this is awesome. Oh shit! Oh shit! He just pulled out the beatdown on me.
The second movement. Blitz.
You know, it's funny, I actually have a cat see exactly what you're saying, but I can imagine.
I like how she just walks backwards like so reservedly with her book.
してあげるこれがミンチにしてあげる我が呼びかけにお前がいっちゃいなさいはいはいしてあげるこれがミンチにしてあげるさくら言うしてあげる
話を聞かせてもらうとそこ番をひっくり返すそこ
Try using that on me now.
It's what we call in fighting game terms a cross-up, which means it changes the direction that you're supposed to be blocking. While it's now. For scrubs like me,
This is so fucking dumb. We are perfectly countered each other.
We're evenly matched. Can't use an opie finger against
Ah.
ホワイダニットを大切にした推理小説ってあまりねえんだよな。
And yeah, I know my voice is unfortunately a little bit quiet. It's about as loud as I can get it, unfortunately.
I guess
it's a very loud game.
I have been conditioned into these few picks for characters, and I am conditioning Abe to learn to block the right direction.
Correct it.
プリンセスベアトリーチェドラノール・エノックスお久しぶりです。これはお師匠様。眠りを妨げるとは夢。
Ah, teacher and student, how nice.
The first movement. ブリッツ。
We'll probably be best friends forever.
おいでなさい。行け。おいでなさい。おいでなさい。おいでなさい。7姉妹。おいでなさい。
Try it, try it. Oh fuck. Holy fuck. Ugh.
ドラノールまた鉄壁の防御です。お願いします。解いてもらいます。鉄壁の防御です。鉄壁の防御です。これはさあ、急ぐ上からですよ。ギャンブルさあ、急ぐ鉄壁の防御です。鉄壁の防御です。さあ、急ぐ油断禁物です。問題あります。鉄壁の防御です。そうよ。解いてもらいます。ギャンブルさあ、置いておきます。終わりません。そこです。今です。
Holy shit. That's a good fucking combo.
Yeah, it does always feel fun to catch somebody jumping with it.
I saw what you're trying to fucking do there.
The towers explode.
Step on him. Oh, you get back here.
One interesting thing about that dash across the screen is actually it has a little bit of super armor too. That means that even if you get hit like you actually damage.
Oh, fuck. I did not pull that out. Who's the better staker?
With his 14 staker.
Oh shit.
Ha 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 dot wave.
Ha 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 ha. What a dumb but awesome sound effect that is. And it's especially funny because he knows exactly how it sounds, so he just spams it over and over again for emphasis.
All right. Yep. Let's see. I love the classic, like, it's not quite like shattering glass, but that sound it makes when somebody dies in Umiko always makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, the glass sound effect. Do.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit, you stopped me when I did that. Holy fuck.
If I jump into the air after you, there's a period just before I turn into
You already figured out, like, how to counter my shit. How am I supposed to win?
Try to counter this, it's kind of tricky to use. It makes you like teleport, but then you have to follow it up with something.
You can't predict what I'm doing if I can't predict what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's like, there's a part of Yu-Gi-Oh!
The fucking Pegasus duel.
Yeah, he says that if I can't, like, if I don't look at what I play, then that means I can't read my mind. I'm like, how do you know what zone to put your card in?
It's the heart of the cards, Abe. Don't you get it?
ただ敵がそこに存在するだけでフルダイリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。いかがでしょうか。
It's the heart of the cards, bro. But unironically, and it's something I've told about my trip experience, but it's still funny to me. I beat a game. I was card counting to hell, but the thing is that I didn't mention I was card counting to hell about when I beat this card game is that I wasn't looking at my cards before I played them.
Well, that makes card counting a little bit difficult.
I mean, I was looking them like right before I played them. Like I wouldn't want to put down like the princess and immediately lose the game, you know? But before that, I was just like, all right, I would know as little as possible of my own hand, trying to figure out everybody else's, and then just like, I'll let the heart of the cards do it, you know? And I said something to along the lines of my sister of like, look, I'm gonna win this game. You should pay more attention in theology class. The heart of the cards. The heart of the cards, sis.
Oh yeah.
You gotta believe in it.
No matter which card.
What do you say?
It works every time, no matter which card game. Perfectly reliable.
Yeah, I was playing this one, you know, this one like Kickstarter or whatever game called Love Letters, which actually was pretty fun because you can play rounds of it in like 3 minutes or so. But yeah, so do you want to do one more match?
Yeah, we can do it. Sure. Let's see. Who will I play for one last match?
Lucifer.
Who would be hype?
Oh, I should have. I know what I should have done for this last match. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I did just think of something that would be funny. There's one special attack I have not used yet that it would be really nice if I could find an opportunity to use before we quit. I'll see if I can pull it off during this match.
Alright. I thought after I chose these characters that I should have done Rosa and Shyster.
For double gun action.
Oh my god. Shit, you gotta fucking punish. I just stick my head out and I get shot. How did I do that? Huh? Huh? Wait, hold on. I wanna figure that out. I did the thing where I hit with my cape, and that was awesome. Oh.
Yeah, there's a crouching move that cats I have stored.
Oh my god. Did you just pull out the massive super where the cat comes out of the ground? What did I just do there? That's pretty fucking awesome. But you keep blocking them, even though it's in like slow-mo.
態だ。任せた
Yeah,
ぜ。
most supers will have a pretty hard time hitting unless you put Doom in front of it. Oh god! Oh shoot!
軽率だったわ。
Oh wait, you're doing
見
it
て
now.
なさい。外した。どこを見てるの？突き刺してあげる。これがたまらないの。外してあげる。
Oh my, how did I pull that off? I don't know.
軽率だったわ。
余裕してあげる。見てなさい。どこを見てるの？まだいけるわ。これがたまら
I
ない
really
の。
want to.
受けなさい。どこを見てるの？まだいけるわ。
See if I can
チャージ。いけるわ。どこを見てるの？そうなの？受けなさい。
もう一発で。
If you use one of Rose's things like this, it actually makes her gun like deloaded until the next time you get hit.
まだいけるわ。
Keep firing
突き
everything.
刺してあげる。これがたまらないの。どこを見てるの？まだいけるわ。
But it's probably not the best
どこを
excuse
見て
you
る
need.
の？どこを見てるの？
What was I doing with the crouching there? I don't know.
いってらっしゃい。黒いなさい。これがたまらないの。してあげる。かかれ。突き刺してあげる。これがたまらないの。やらせてもらうわ。突き刺してあげる。これがたまらないの。されゲロゲロ。
I don't even know what that did. It's not quite the attack I was looking for.
Oh. Now let's play one last match with I want to do Chester and Rosa, so let's do one last match.
One more. Oh, my boy.
接続は成功だ。
I'm gonna get counterplayed so hard now.
シエスタ410。後ろ宮ローズ。
お相手の準備待ちだ。少し待たせてもらおうかね。
I'll do the classic combo.
さらにこの島の
Run
進
away
捗
and
を
Ah, yes. Counters for days.
ブリッツ。
良い手です。
I'll do my cool dodge too, okay?
やれやれ。チャージ。食らわせてやる。チャージ。装填。やめて。
軽率だったわ。
おら、食らいなさい。
攻撃反応する。
受けなさい。
プレゼントです。
Sorry, could you step back for a bit?
食らわせてやる。
Okay.
Thank you.
当てる。装填。当てる。
I'll do it because I'm a gentleman.
見事な一手です。守りを固めます。なかなかの手です。く。く。
That's the reason to play Ranave. You just got style.
ブリッツ。
Rabbit time!
逃がしません。
No! I got fucking countered.
見事な一手逃がしません。
当てる。装填。
逃がしません。
当てる。チャージ。止まりなさい。
追い込ません。
どうですどうですどうです初期アイドル置いて食らわせてやる。置いて今ですどうですどうです初期アイドルこの手はどう
Holy fuck! Lady got no chill!
お遊戯の時間はおしまいですよ。お手伝いしなさい。
Holy fuck!
そろそろ冷める時間ではありませんか。
Virgilio, my. Alright, well, I think that's a good place to end it. With that fucking Virgilio combo where you dropped me onto, what, a spiked bottom of a chandelier?
Yeah, I think we all saw the murder weapon man.
Yeah. And that certainly was a murder.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But I thank you for playing with me. It's actually the first time it's certainly the first time I've played it on stream, and it's I haven't managed to play a lot of people in this game so far, so it was fun.
I'm glad.
Seeming to have something up their sleeves.
Well.
Otherwise...
And now it's time to choose somebody for the raid. So, I rated Tail. Let's rate Shady.
Sounds good to me. I always like a shady stream.
So, au revoir, everybody. And as always, none raid as so. Just like that. Alright? Bonne nuit, have a nice night, everybody. And make sure to only play fighting games with the most esoteric and strange of animations and combos.
Right there.
Yeah, and cool people play Melty Blood. That's another thing. I'm not sure who's cool. I just saw something in the news that someone cool played Melty Blood, so cheers to everybody playing Melty Blood right now. Or something like that. Ciao!
Okay.